Hi, my name is Paul, and today we're going to do a very quick demo of Bidder Robot. When you first open the program, um, you want to notice first that the only sites you can bid on are the sites that are listed in the drop-down menu on the top. If your site is not listed here, you can email support or help at bidderrobot.com, and we will try to get support for that website. For today's demo, I'm going to work with this particular website. Um, when you land on the site itself, you will need to pick a specific item that you want to bid on. In this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and choose this Asus laptop as the item that I'm interested in. Once I open that page, um, you will notice that the current values here will reflect the values that are pertaining to this particular bid. We want to make sure that that is happening, that this timer is updating, and that down here at the status bar it says ready. Click start to begin. Uh, Down in this particular menu also you will see the activity. If you see that everything makes sense, that means the Bidder Robot is ready, is can read this particular page and can do the bidding on the site. Um, Coming down to the time options, obviously the most first thing you want to set is at what um, time remaining you want Bidder to place a bid for you. The recommended time is no less than 3 seconds. I definitely don't recommend waiting till the last 2 or 1 second to bid, mainly because there's always a discrepancy between what you see on the screen and the actual time on the server, on the penny auction server. So if you get too close to the end, the timer might actually finish, although on your screen it might show that there's 1 or 2 seconds still remaining. If you hit equal or less, the Bidder Robot will place a bid if it sees 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, or 1 second left. And it's really important that when you do that, when you do select this option, that you have the exclude bidder option done correctly, and you will need to put in your username over here. So that username may not be your login name for that particular site, but it needs to be whatever shows up in right next to this bidder. So you want to take whatever value here happens to be when you are the highest bidder, copy that and put it in here to make sure that when your Bidder Robot does place a bid at 3 seconds, and you become the high bidder, it doesn't also place another bid at 2 and another bid at 1. That usually causes some issues. So just be careful when you do that selection. Other thing you could do here is add a delay. So after it sees the 3 second mark, you could delay 500 milliseconds and then place a bid for you. The other thing you could do is select the option to randomize. What this does is it deviates from the 3 seconds by up to whatever value you put here. In this case, 2 seconds. So it'll place a bid either at 3, at 4, or 5 seconds, but it will only do the deviation every. Let's say in this case I have 8 times, so it's going to do 8 bids at 3 seconds, and then the ninth bid is going to might do it at 4 or 5 seconds, and then it's going to do another 8 bids at 3 seconds, and then so on. Here you have a price range where you can select the maximum price you're willing to put on an item. So if in this case, let's say I don't want to pay more than $50 for this laptop, I might put that here. When this price goes over 50, the bidder will no longer place bids for you. The other thing is the click options. If you do a real mouse click, and what Bidder Robot will do will actually move the mouse cursor physically on top of the button and click it for you. If you do have that option selected, make sure that the bid button is visible on your screen. If it's hidden, something like this, then it's going to try to click over here, and obviously that won't work. So yeah, be careful with that option. The other thing is you can uncheck that, and then the bidding will happen. It will locate the button and click it without physically moving the cursor over there. So that's kind of a more automated way of doing it, where you don't have to really pay attention to what's going on, and you don't have to really keep the window in focus. You can always use this test bid and this will manually place a bid. Will allow BidderRobot to manually place a bid for you. It's a good way to check that the page is working, that your bids are going through, and that the right button is being pressed. Um, Finally, exclude bidder. We kind of talked about this already. You want to have your username as it shows up in the bidder in here to make sure that if you are the high bidder, BidderRobot doesn't continue clicking the button for you when the time matches. These are the main options that you need to be aware of. The last thing that you would need to know is up here you can specify the maximum number of bids you're willing to invest on a particular item. Let's say for this laptop I don't want to put more than 100 bids, so I put that as my maximum bid. What you will see is that as BidderRobot is placing bids, this little indicator will keep going down. You can grab it at any time and pull it back up to give yourself a chance to put more bids, or you can just let it finish. If it does reaches the end over here, BidderRobot will automatically stop. Once you have all the settings done, all you have to do is press the start button and BidderRobot will pretty much start working for you. Watch the messages down here if you want to see what's going on. And that's pretty much wraps it up. The last kind of nice little feature I want to mention here is the track bidders. This keeps an eye on who's been bidding on this particular page, and it shows you, how often do they bid, and the last time they did place a bid. Kind of helps you keep track of how busy or how popular a particular item is. So it kind of give you a little bit more of an idea of whether you do want to engage in that auction or not. That's about it. Thank you for listening.